Hello again and welcome to week 2 of Crash Course with Christy Riley. This week we are going to be talking about the main reasons for the beginning of World War I, which we also call the Great War. And it's easy to remember because when we think of the main reasons for something, we don't think about actually spelling them out like the word Maine. So in this case, Maine is going to stand for 4 things because we've got 4 letters: militarism, alliances, imperialism, and nationalism. All 4 of those things are going to be huge reasons for the beginning of the Great War. So let's get going. The first letter, M, stands for militarism. So at the end of the 19th century, you see all of these revolutions sparking all over the world. They spark up in between the German states in Eastern Europe. They spark in Latin America and the United States, and pretty much everything that a lot of these superpowers had colonized due to the era of exploration. And so when these countries became independent and they got away from their superpowered hold on them, and they realized that there are certain things that they need, like an economy. And they have a certain culture. And another one of the main things that they needed was a military of some sort. They started saying, hey, well, we're independent now. And a lot of people are not happy about that, especially the countries who owned us in the first place. So we need to protect ourselves. And the way we protect ourselves is by building up a military. We need a defense system. So armies and navies started to blossom all over the world. And that was a huge reason why everybody was on edge. So everybody built a military. And that is the first letter in M.A.I.N for the reasons of World War I. The second is the A. The A stands for alliances. And, all the alliances that began was due to one certain event, the assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand of Austria. A group in Serbia, a group that felt very strongly about not being in control or collectively a part of Austria anymore. Serbia has a long history with Austria. Their cultures are merged, and this was devastating that Austria was taken over by somebody and became independent. And in response to that, the Archduke of Austria wanted peace. So he went to Serbia to make peace with them. And instead, he got murdered. He got assassinated. He was taken out. And here's where the alliances play in. None other but Germany is or was a huge ally, a huge friend of Austria. And when the Germans found out that the Austrian king had been assassinated, that sparked a war. They wanted to go after Serbia, but who's friends with Serbia? None other than Russia. And who's friends with Russia but Great Britain? Who's friends with Great Britain? France. And who's friends with Germany? Italy. So all over the place, you've got allies who are backing each other up, ready for war. The third letter in M.A.I.N is the I, and that stands for imperialism. And why imperialism is one of the main reasons for World War I is because, like I said, with those revolutions that were sparking and people's need to build up their militaries, where those countries, those nations who became independent that used to be colonized and imperialized by superpowers of Europe, were angry that they were losing their hold. France and Great Britain especially. Even Germany, they had a lot of German states during that time that were just separated from them by their own people. And so because of those imperialistic motives and revolutions sparking up all over the place, these now independent countries were sick and tired of it and ready to move on. And that angered those superpowers greatly. They wanted those territories back, and they thought war would be a reason how they could get them back. Okay, so that is number 3, imperialism. The last one, but not least, was nationalism. So all these alliances that were happening and all of this independence that was sparking throughout the beginning of the 20th century brought nothing less than love for that independence, for their countries. So because of their love for their countries and the love they had for their alliances, they said, okay, we'll do this with you. We've got your back. If anybody decides that they're going to make war with you, we're going to go to war together. And that, my audience, are the 4 reasons for the beginning of World War II. We call them the main reasons, the 4 of them. Thank you for watching. Peace and love.